A man named Reynhard meets a 22-year-old guy at a nightclub. They start talking, and things seem pretty normal until Reynhard secretly spikes the guy's drink with something sinister. Not long after, the young man passes out. Reynhard takes him back to his nearby apartment, an apartment that was already set up. The lights were in place. The camera was ready. And what happens next is horrifying. Reynhard sexually assaults him over and over again throughout the night, and he records everything on his phone. The next morning, the 22-year-old wakes up completely drained, weak, disoriented, and scared. He asks Reynhard, "What happened? How did I even get here?" And Reynhard lies. He says, "You drank too much last night. You blacked out. So I brought you here. You just slept." But that wasn't the truth. The truth was much darker. There are predators out there, not just targeting women, but also strong, good-looking young men. Guys between 18 and 30. And Reynhard was one of the worst. That 22-year-old victim, he was just the beginning. Reynhard would go on to assault nearly 200 more men. Quietly. Calculated. One after the other. This is the true story of one of the most disturbing serial predators in modern history. Let's uncover exactly who Reynhard was and how he got away with it for so long. Reynhard Sinaga was born into a super-rich family in Indonesia. His father owned several estates and palm oil factories. Reynhard had everything he ever wanted. As a kid, anything he asked for, he got instantly. He was smart too, a top student, making his parents proud. Around 2007, he finished high school and told his parents he wanted to study abroad, in Manchester, UK. Of course, they agreed, and within a month, he was on a plane. At first, things went well. He studied hard, made some good friends. For 4 years, he did pretty well in college. But then, he transferred to another university, and everything began to change. He started hanging out with older students, going clubbing, and experimenting with drugs. Slowly, his attraction shifted from women to men. But his father, a strict, conservative man, was completely against anything like that. Reynhard feared being disowned or cut off financially. So, for years, he suppressed those urges. Until one fateful New Year's Eve. That night, he met a handsome 22-year-old man at a party. Reynhard drugged the guy's drink, waited until he passed out, and took him back to his apartment. The lights were already set. His phone camera was ready. And what he did next was monstrous. He recorded everything. That was just the beginning. For the next 2 years, Reynhard continued doing the same thing. He moved to a new apartment, right in the heart of Manchester's nightlife, right in the middle of the clubs. He even picked a street-facing unit, so he could watch drunk men walking home. Sometimes, he'd even approach taxi drivers. "Come up, charge your phone, warm up." If they agreed, he drugged them, assaulted them, and recorded it all. By now, Reynhard had become fearless. He didn't care about the law. He didn't fear the police. Most victims had no idea what happened. They woke up sore, confused, and assumed it was just a bad hangover. But Reynhard kept everything. Over 800 videos stored on a drive. He even collected mementos, a bracelet, a jacket, something small to remember each victim. But then came the night that changed everything. He saw Peter, an 18-year-old rugby player, stumbling alone after a party. Reynhard offered him help. "Come rest, charge your phone." Peter agreed. At the apartment, He gave him a drugged drink. Peter passed out, and Reynhard began his horrific ritual. Once again. But 4 hours later, something unexpected happened. Peter woke up, realized his pants were down, he was in pain, and Reynhard was standing nearby, completely naked. Peter, strong and athletic, jumped up, tried to escape. Reynhard panicked. He knew if Peter got out, he'd go straight to the police. They fought. It was violent, but Peter was stronger. During the scuffle, Reynhard got knocked out. Peter fled, injured, bleeding. At first, he thought about calling his mom, but the neighbors had already called the police. They'd heard the screaming. When officers arrived, they found Reynhard unconscious and Peter covered in blood. At first, they assumed Peter had attacked him. They arrested Peter, but Peter kept yelling, "He's the criminal. Check his phone. There are videos." Police asked Reynhard to unlock his phone. He pretended to forget the passcode. Eventually, they cracked it, and what they found shocked the entire country. Dozens, hundreds of videos and photos, all showing Reynhard assaulting unconscious men. They searched his apartment and found a hidden hard drive. Over 800 videos. They identified 200 victims. 136 were confirmed. 60 pressed charges. Many had quit school, lost jobs, suffered years of trauma. They wanted justice. In January 2020, Reynhard Sinaga was charged with 136 counts of sexual assault, the most in British legal history, and sentenced to 40 years in prison. Now here's the question. How can a man turn into such a monster? Someone who destroyed the lives of 200 people without any remorse? Tell us what you think in the comments below. And for more chilling real-life stories, don't forget to subscribe.